Welcome to the 6 Feet Apart Short Play Film Festival, put on by Avonlea Theatre Company, The Angelus Theatre, and Cobb & Co. Theatre Productions. All plays are written, directed, and read by local talent. Please stick around to the end for interviews and to find out how you can be a part of community theater.
The Days Come and Go by Randall. At Rise. At one side of the stage there is a simple bar and 2 stools. Travis stands behind the bar pouring a drink for Cecil. The other side of the stage is in darkness, though it will be the home of Ethan, Shayla, and Cecil. There is a couch and 1 or 2 decorations to indicate wealth. Lights come up on Cecil and Travis. Lights flicker for a second.
You got a bulb out. You might want to get on that, Travis.
Sure, yeah. You should probably be headed home now, Cecil.
Oh, I think a couple more will be all right.
I gotta be closing soon, and I think
you want me to leave. Don't I help keep the lights on in this place?
Cecil, I'm doing you a favor now. I can't force you to leave, but...
And then don't. I'm happy here. Well, happy enough. Did I ever tell you about Ethan's 4th birthday party?
Probably, but why don't you tell me again?
Well, he was sick that year. We had to cancel the party. That dinosaur, you know, that big stupid purple one was going to come. He was so excited. Oh, he was crushed when he told him the party was off. I went out and rented a costume and read to him the whole day. I took the whole day off, and he got to spend the whole day with his hero. I was sick as a dog for the week after that. But it was worth it. Just watching his eyes shine, despite being sick. I think that was the... I don't believe that I've ever spent a better day in my whole life.
I can believe that.
What do you mean? Well, listen, I know you don't approve.
But it's time for you to go. I gotta start paying the till. Speaking of which, how are you gonna pay for this, cash or credit?
Oh, you forgot my preferred mode of payment.
Cecil unbuttons his sleeve and pulls it down, revealing part of his arm. Travis sighs. Lights go down on that half of the stage. Lights come up on Shayla sitting on the couch listening to an iPod. Ethan enters.
Shayla, where's Dad?
Out. He had a rough day at the office again.
He's doing it again, isn't he? Went to see one of those crooks.
Oh my gosh, this is why he told me not to tell you where he is. Do not make such a big deal out of it. It's nothing. He'll be home soon enough. By the way, good to see you too.
Shayla, he's gonna die one of these times. You can only do it so many times, you know?
Look, I've talked to Dad about this, okay? A couple of pricks, a little sting, and it's over. No harm done.
Are you paying attention? Our father is killing himself, one day at a time, and you just sit there and let it happen. You don't even try to help him. Where is he? Shayla. Shayla. He's a good man. Don't you care?
Dad's been doing this a long time, probably since before we were born, and he's still here. He doesn't believe it. He doesn't believe the superstitions, and you know what? Me neither. So let it go, okay?
Lights go down on Shayla and Ethan and rise on Travis and Cecil. Cecil still has his arm exposed, laying on the bar.
I don't think you should, Cecil. It's not safe.
Don't tell me about this again. I've been doing this for a long time, and guess what? I'm still alive. I've never paid here with cash or credit. You know that. So just do it.
You're not just a customer. You're a friend. I want the best for you. Things are going okay at the office, aren't they? Please, I'm begging you, just pay cash.
Look, I had to hear this from my wife, and now I'm hearing about it from my kids. Just let me pay for my drinks.
Do you realize the trouble I get into if, heaven forbid, something happens to you?
It's a lie. You understand? I don't know who started it, and I don't know why everyone believes it, but I don't. I'll be fine. Now you'll get your money. I'll pull out the machine.
Yeah, you bet, Cecil. Got to keep the lights on somehow, right? Hold your arm steady. That's right.
Travis pulls out a small contraption that looks almost like a credit card machine with syringes attached to it. Lights go down on Travis and Cecil, lights up on Ethan and Shayla.
Just tell me where he is, please. Shayla, I've got to stop him. He can't have long left.
I don't get you, Ethan. Look around you. Dad has built a great life for us, and this is how he does it. I'm not going to lose my stuff for some goofy ideal.
So you'll lose him instead, is that it?
Well, you make it sound like a choice, but look, I have both. It's not my fault that you choose not to be a part of this.
I'm not going to live on money earned that way. Just point me in the right direction. I'm asking as your brother.
You're breaking his heart. You know that, right? He feels like you don't care. You don't love him.
Of course I care, Shayla. When I was a kid, he was everything to me, my hero. I was sick my 4th birthday, remember? That dinosaur I used to like was going to come to my party, but they had to cancel it. Dad came and sat with me all day, dressed in a really pathetic version of the dinosaur costume.
You knew that was him?
Of course. I couldn't tell him. He thought I was spending the day with my hero, that dinosaur. He was wrong. I was spending the day with my hero, him. I've never forgotten that. It was one of the best spent days of my life, and I want to be able to spend more good days with him. Where is he?
I can't tell you.
Lights down on Ethan and Shayla, lights up on Cecil and Travis. Travis wraps a band around Cecil's arm and then positions the needles.
You know what happens if this doesn't accept payment, right?
Travis, you're a good friend. Don't worry. I've never had a payment rejected.
Yeah, it sounds awful though, doesn't it? I saw it happen once. The guy was like a hollowed shell. He kept calling out as long as he could, and then this horrible silence once he couldn't speak anymore.
Please stop trying to scare me. Just get it over with.
Travis nods slowly and pushes a button or two on the machine. He checks the machine for information while watching Cecil's face. Cecil flinches.
Still hurts, doesn't it?
It's hurt every time.
It's something precious.
Stop it. I don't want to hear it anymore. It's taken a long time tonight.
Travis stares at the machine for a moment before responding. He starts to unstrap the machine. He looks spooked.
How you feeling, Cecil?
Fine. Why?
Are you sure? Do you need another drink? It's on the house.
What's wrong?
Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. Why don't you just find a comfortable place and sit down, huh?
There's something you're not telling me. What is it? What's the matter?
Lights go down on Cecil and Travis, lights up on Ethan and Shayla.
Can't tell you where he is. He made me promise not to let you find him. But there's nothing wrong, Ethan. What could be wrong with it? You can't really sell the days of your life.
Yes, you can, Shayla. We're all born with a set number of days to use the way we want to. You can sell them away to thieves like the type he associates with, or you can invest them in something better. He sold them to get us all this, but lost himself in the process.
And how does it work? How can they possibly know how many days you have to live?
We're only given what we need to run the course of our lives, and when it's gone, they can't take any more from us. And when your payment won't be accepted, it means you're out of days to live.
Sure, and what then?
You die. A slow, terrifying death. Your senses shut down. First, your sight goes, and then your hearing. Your ability to feel goes, and then your muscles shut down, and at the end of it, your heart stops.
I can't tell you Ethan, you'll have to talk to him when he comes back. Hello? What? No, he's here. I think you should take this.
Lights down on Shayla and Ethan, lights up on Travis and Cecil. Travis is facing away from Cecil, holding a cell phone.
Travis, what are you doing? I'm trying to pay.
Oh, sorry. I had to make a call. Look, drinks are in the house tonight.
Why? You never gave me free drinks.
It doesn't matter why. Please just take it.
Well, I guess I'll be going then.
No. Don't go. Not yet. Look, I called your son. He's on his way. Someone should walk home with you tonight.
Why did you do that? I don't want him to come. He can't see me here.
Please, just wait for him. Walk home with him. Spend a few hours with him and your daughter.
Why are you so afraid? Why didn't you take my payment? What's wrong?
Ethan enters.
You're out, Cecil. I can't take a day from you because you don't have any left to give.
You're lying. Why are you lying? What's wrong?
Ethan steps forward.
Where are you? Travis? Ethan? I can't see you. I can't see anything.
Hey, this is Stephen Gashler, the producer of the 6 Feet Apart Short Play Film Festival, and I am here with playwright Brian Randall. I've done a number of projects with Brian, and I'm glad to have him back here with us today. Brian, when we read this script together, I read it with my family. We were going through a lot of them, and Teresa and I, we loved this one. My daughter did not. It was so traumatizing to her. It was such a downer. And I think that's a compliment because it really emotionally affected her. And that's what we found moving about this, right? It was kind of a deep and troubling in a good way story, an allegorical take on time and the way we spend it and the way we prioritize our lives and the choices we make. I'd love to hear what your process was that led up to this. If there's a backstory, if there's any personal anecdotes in it or anything that led to the creation of this.
Father-son relationships in particular have always resonated with me in a really interesting way. I had a really rough time connecting with my dad. Like, he was a great dad, but we just had such different interests. And eventually we really came together. He started to show an interest in my stuff. I started to show an interest in his. And we really came together. So those sort of stories have always stuck with me. And so it's a theme you see play out a lot, is different aspects of a father-son relationship. So that's part of it. But the negative stuff is I was sort of living, when I wrote this, in some ways that were consequences of some bad decisions I was making. It was nothing terrible. I mean, it was nothing outside of what you might expect a college student to make. But it dawned on me that our lives, I mean, we have this set number of days given to us. And if we choose to, we can just throw them away. We can do whatever we want with them. Right. And what we do with them will either lengthen and invigorate our time in the world, or it will make it go by faster and end up poorly. And of course, something I would address in a longer version of this story is there's no accounting for the fact that you might just get hit by a bus someday. But for most of us, we get to choose. Do we spend the days of our lives wastefully, or do we invest them? I love that concept of the idea that you could potentially invest your days for better things. So yeah, really, it came as a consequence of some bad decisions on my part. And I think a church talk or something I read that talked about the value of a day.
Excellent. Well, it is a sobering cautionary tale, and we are so glad you submitted it to our festival. Brian, for people who want to find out more about your works, tell us about how we can find out more or any upcoming projects you have.
Absolutely. If you go to Amazon or YouTube, if you look for Phoenix Inc., like Incorporated, that's a sort of a drama TV series that I'm producing. We're set to make another episode when COVID passes, hopefully. That's a great place to go, and you can kind of get a feel for my writing and my style.
Yeah, and I've seen some of the Phoenix Inc. It's fantastic. You know, it's the same kind of heavy drama feelings to it, but deep and uplifting at the same time. And I think that's something that's really great about your style, that blending of those two different emotions. So we're so glad you submitted, Brian, and we hope to see more of your work in the future.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. From actors to directors, playwrights, and crew, community theater is a labor of love for which everyone volunteers their time. But without live audiences and ticket sales, the COVID-19 pandemic could mean the end for some theater companies. To keep community theater alive, all we ask is that you help us out by enjoying our upcoming season. Prometheus Unbound by local playwright Mahan Rai Stewart is an epic fantasy adventure exploring Greek mythology and Christianity. Take My Death Away by local playwrights Stephen and Teresa Gashler is a romantic comedy and Halloween-themed musical featuring haunting bluegrass. Both shows will be awesome. Even if you can only buy one ticket, you'll be supporting the arts in your local community and helping playwrights, actors, directors, and musicians pursue their dreams. If you want to be a part of an upcoming production, just send us an email. We'd love to have you. Thank you for your support.